How was your week? My week was okay. Wasn't quite as cold as it has been. I got to see the kids a little bit. And Kenny and I had a good time together. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And I talked to the preschool kids about St. Valentine, and I talked to the Sunday school kids about St. Valentine. And I don't know a whole lot about him, but I know that he was a priest that cared about the people in his area. I know that there was a law that said that the soldiers could not get married because the king wanted, the emperor, I think, wanted them to put all of their focus into defeating the other armies. And I know that St. Valentine stood up for them. And when they came to him and said, "We want to be married," he married them, even though he could have gotten pretty bad. Could have been bad for him if the emperor had found out. In other words, St. Valentine helped the people. He loved his people that were there, he loved the people around, and he helped them. If you look up love in the Bible, 1 John 4, verse 8, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. God, he so loved the world, he gave his only son, so that anybody who believes in him will be able to be with him in heaven. And my favorite, love is patient and kind. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7, love is not jealous, it does not brag, and it is not proud. Love is not rude or selfish, it does not become angry easily. Love does not remember wrongs done against it, takes no pleasure in evil, but rejoices over the truth. Love patiently accepts all things. It always trusts, always hopes, and always continues strong. God told us we need to love. And Jesus said it again, we need to love other people. We need to be there for them. Not unwillingly, not grumpily, but be there for them, take care of them, give them what they need. Love shows in different ways. It shows in a romantic love of getting married and making sure that people find each other. Love shows when you have your children and you do everything for them, including anything that could hurt you, you would do for them, even if you could get hurt. I don't know if this makes sense. We celebrate Valentine's Day because we celebrate love. Love originally came from God, and he taught us, and he showed us, and he sent Jesus to model for us what that means. But I have learned over the past couple of years that love means different things to different people. When a child comes running up to you and gives you a hug, there's the love. When your friend calls to see if you're okay, there's the love. But I've seen it in other ways too. I've seen it with Kenny when he fixes the cars so that we're all safe. When he gets frustrated but knows he's frustrated and calms down. When he can see the anxiety building in me and says, "Go walk." It's the way that he loves. When Kevin and Emily first moved into their house, there was a storm and there was a flood. And the house was not safe from the water coming in. And Kevin had to go to work in the middle of the night. And Emily was home alone. And the basement started to flood. And a lot of their stuff was in the basement. And Emily had to do it by herself because we couldn't get to her. And she did. She took care of the house. She made sure the water didn't get to their belongings. She moved them out of the way. She took care of it. And then she went to bed. And the next day, she realized Kevin had come home and he was sleeping. And she went into the kitchen and there was a note on the table. And I don't know exactly the right words that he used, but he basically said, "I'm so lucky to have you. You kept our family safe when I wasn't here. You are amazing." And Emily called me and she read me the note and she said, "This is my husband. This is your son." That was Kevin's love and Emily's love. We talk about love a lot. And I think the reason is because it's what gets you through. There's a reason why God said love other people. And I think the reason is because it helps them and it helps us. Being kind is a version of love. When you're driving and you have to make a left-hand turn and the person who's right there stops and waves you to go make that left-hand turn, that's a version of love. Love doesn't have to be with just the family, just your spouse. It could be people you've never met before. In the Bible, love, and they call it agape, is defined not merely as an emotion, but as a selfless, sacrificial, and active commitment to the well-being of others. I just read it, patient and kind, not for your own self, but for other people, and enduring, lasting. Love is not just hugging and kissing. It's cleaning out the basement so when your husband comes home, he doesn't have to do it. It's fixing the cars in the family so they don't have to worry. It's remembering somebody's birthday. I'm not good at that. St. Valentine believed that too. He believed it was sacrificial, selfless, and divine. We need love. It gets us through the day. It helps us to, honestly, I think it keeps you healthy as much as it can. When you start to look around the world, it's hard to feel that love for some. But it has nothing to do with government. It has nothing to do with how much money you have, what kind of a job you have, where do you live. It has nothing to do with this color of your skin or the people that you hang around with. What it has to do with is how you face this world, how you make yourself available to the people who need you. And I'm seeing a lot of that the last couple months. People putting themselves at jeopardy to take care of other people they've never met before because they have love for human, for this world. There's a song. There's always a song. And I might have done it before, but I love this song, and it's part of my adulthood, a part of my growing up time. All you need is love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. Nothing you can make that can't be made. Nothing you can save that you can't save. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you. All you need is love. Love is all you need. Whatever you have, whatever you do, whatever you feel, love is behind the whole thing. God said, love the people. And then he told Jesus to say it again. And then the moms and the dads came and had their children and said, love. And then the grandchildren, I love you so much. The friends, the co-workers, the church members, the people at the grocery store. It's all different ways of loving. And when you do it, when you feel it, when you think about others, you know you're doing the right thing and you feel better. So I'm going to say, love somebody today, this week. Make sure you think about them. It doesn't have to be everybody, just think about them. And realize it's my job to love. That's the bottom line. It comes down to simple love. I don't know if this made any sense, and if it did not, you tell me, and I will try to figure it out in my head. But in the meantime, you have a good week. No, I love you. I miss you a lot, but we will be together soon. You have a good week. Take care.